Welcome everyone to the ADV Orlando channel, where riding on two wheels is always an adventure. It's a good day to rack up some break-in miles on my 300L dual sport bike, which is going to be more off-road worthy than my V-Strom, I'm hoping, and I'm going to be looking for some places to put that to the test. First thing we're going to try is a brake check, and that's with ABS on gravel road. Brake check. We just went from 35 miles an hour down to about 8 miles an hour with no skidding and a pretty quick time. I'm not a mechanic or a professional rider or anything like that, but I would say that's pretty good. Now, I don't know why I'm even considering going back here, because the last time I was on Jeremiah's KLX 230, and I was very squeamish and very shaky, and I was, very unconfident. And it was unnerving for me. Jeremiah tackled the water, but took a spill, and I chickened out and rode around it. And I'm still lacking confidence to the point to where, I didn't even want to try going around. But you will see something that I struggle with, and that I will for a while until I get to know this bike well, and that is turning around when you found yourself going in a direction that you don't want to continue going. And I know it's kind of painful to watch, but it is a good indicator of my still lack of confidence in my bike. I learned about this in videos before I got this bike, and that is the first gear is geared so low that most of the time people start off in second gear. But I can see when you're off-road or doing any type of obstacle thing, it's best to just go ahead and start with first gear, otherwise you're going to wind up stalling. And it's definitely something I don't want to keep doing when I'm doing startup miles or break-in miles. I definitely think I'd have struggled a whole lot more if I was on my V-Strom, because it is a lot bigger and heavier.
So you skid on that way.
I've had this bike for about 3 weeks now, and I've racked up, I guess, around 250 miles on it. And I'd like to have had more by now, but weather, I guess you could say, and just having opportunities to take it someplace hasn't been there. And I have yet to commute to work with this. But we did recently take this on a trip from Berkeley Springs all the way to Paw Paw, then to Green Ridge, and then back across the river through Hancock. And that was a very good ride, but it's something my V-Strom could have done entirely as well, and the V-Strom would have been a much more comfortable bike to ride for that type of trip. I mean, the V-Strom seat is not the best in the world, but this seat is much worse, and I'm really surprised by the fact that all the reviews that I saw, very few people said how lousy the seat would be on this. As a matter of fact, some said it's not bad, but to me, this is a terrible seat, probably one of the most uncomfortable seats I've ever sat on. But I think it's that way because of the length of the trip that I did whenever we went out there to Green Ridge. But I've already ordered a seat upgrade for this. I'll continue my review with it, but I'll just do it with a more comfortable seat. But I guess as dual sports go, it is a fairly smooth and fun bike to ride, both on gravel and on the pavement surfaces. And I'm hoping my opinion of this bike will really change once I get a new seat. The last time I was down this road, I had my Tacoma pickup truck and I was doing some exploring. with my canoe in the back. And this, you'll see it's blocked off here, but it went on for a long ways. It got so tight and so difficult to navigate. I went ahead and turned around the first chance I could and turned around and came back. And it wasn't a great idea to be doing all that with my canoe hanging out of the back of the truck either. But I thought it'd be a great place to take the bike and just push it to the limits. It looks like I can. I've never been back in this area before, but it does look like it's should be able to go back for a ways. But as usual, it seems to be the theme around here that everything is blocked off. Here's a unique look that you get to see of a switchback when there's hardly any leaves on the trees. This is kind of neat to see. You'll never see it once the leaves start growing. Switchbacks are one of the features that I enjoy about back here also. Even though I'm not getting to do anything kind of risky and pushing any limits, it still is a beautiful day. It's a nice day to log some miles for my new bike. As I always say, any time on two wheels is an adventure. This looks like it could be fun, but I'm sure it's privately owned. And on the flip side, I am getting better at backing up and turning around. The street ride of this bike is very enjoyable, and it's a very comfortable posture in which you're riding. I could use my handlebars to be a little bit higher. But other than that, this is really a very comfortable bike to ride on the street. But I know in my mind, as soon as I get comfortable with this whole notion of knobby tires on street surfaces, I think I'm going to be sticking around 45, 50, maybe 55 miles an hour as far as my comfort zone. Although this thing will travel very easily 60 miles an hour all day long and still be very comfortable. It is until you get up around 70, maybe 75, that the engine gets a little bit buzzy. And of course you have no wind protection, so that comes into play as well. Also, this Back Creek Valley Road that connects to Sleepy Creek is one of my favorite roads to ride in the area. And if you ever get the opportunity to take a ride through this area, I definitely recommend taking this road. And always remember to ride what you have whenever you can, wherever the road takes you.